just over here. And I still believe you hold the record for being the youngest assistant to the president at age 27 years old. And you've continued to have a passion for this House, its history, and our mission. And your leadership, your vision, your support, and that of all of our board is what has put the wind in our sails to do this project. So thank you very much. On Monday, when we officially open the doors of the People's House, we'll be excited to see thousands of people coming from all across the country and around the world. But we all know that construction does not end our work, it's just the beginning. It was the pandemic which we realized that our digital content was being so greatly followed. There was a purchasing of our books and our publications more than had ever been before. And I believe that it was because the American people were looking for reliable information from a trusted source. And the White House Historical Association is that source for the history of this House, not just for this period of time, but for whole of our time since John and Abigail Adams moved in November of 1800. And Dr. Biden, you have been personally an extraordinary inspiration to our educational mission. Your commitment to sharing the history and the meaning of this House with the American people has been deeply impactful, and we will always be grateful. But not just for the past, we have the opportunity to continue working with you well into the future, and I personally look forward to that responsibility and privilege. One of my favorite quotes of Mrs. Kennedy is, "The White House belongs to the American people." It belongs to you. It belongs to all of us. And today we continue the very important mission we have of sharing it with the world. So it's with deep admiration, appreciation, gratitude that I thank President Biden and Dr. Biden for their wonderful support of our education mission and for opening up this beautiful lawn to us today. Now it's my privilege to introduce a member of our Next Gen Leaders program, Fig O'Reilly, and I think the president would like that name, that good Irish name.
I'm sure.
Fig was born to an American mother from California, an Irish father from Dublin. She was born in Kentucky, and she has been Miss Universe Ireland and served with great distinction, and now she brings those skills and talents to us in working on our Next Gen Leaders program. Fig, please join us.
Thank you so much, Stuart. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. It is a true honor to stand before you as a representative of the White House Historical Association Next Gen Leaders. On this historic day, we gather to open the People's House, a White House experience. This new education center is more than just a place. It is an invitation to all who visit to engage with the rich history of the White House, to understand its role as a symbol of democracy, and to be inspired by the stories of those who have lived and worked here. This People's House is a place where young minds will be sparked with curiosity, where the next generation of leaders will be encouraged to dream big, and where the lessons of our past will help shape a brighter future. Today, we have the distinct privilege of welcoming a leader whose own life embodies the spirit of service and education that this center will celebrate. Dr. Jill Biden has touched thousands of lives through her dedication in the classroom and millions more through her passionate advocacy for education. Her message is clear and powerful. Education is not just a path to personal success, but a cornerstone of our nation's strength. It is my great honor to introduce someone who has not only inspired me, but countless students and continues to uplift and empower through her work as First Lady of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. Jill Biden. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Fig. You inspire young people to get excited about their education, especially in STEM. And we're lucky to have you guiding the future of the White House Historical Association. And I'm glad to see so many association board members here with us this morning. And I know that you've had a packed schedule these last few days. Your commitment to this project warms my heart. Thank you. Thanks. Earlier we heard from the Suitland High School Choir, and we appreciate you sharing your voices with us today. And thank you, Emma, JD, and Jonas for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. We've also had the Armed Forces Color Guard presenting the colors and the President's own Marine Band playing the beautiful music that we've heard all morning and afternoon. Joe and I are so grateful to you and your families for your service to our nation. And it's great to see so many kids on the South Lawn. The project that we're celebrating today is for you. Welcome, everyone, to the White House. Doorway by doorway, moment by moment, every piece of the White House is cloaked in history. Whether it's in the Cabinet Room where President Kennedy deliberated over the Cuban Missile Crisis, or the East Room where President Theodore Roosevelt once held a wrestling match. Kids roller skated in the room where we host heads of state, and nearby in the Red Room, First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt held her own press conferences back when women were excluded from the president's press briefings. Some guests at the White House have had the chance to step inside these rooms. In fact, around 3,000 people come through these halls every single day. But the reality is that many people never get that opportunity. Even fewer get to walk through the Rose Garden or the Oval Office. And almost no one gets to go behind the scenes to hear from the chief floral designer or glimpse the upper floor of the residence. Until now. Starting Monday, an immersive learning center will be open to all. The People's House, a White House experience, will bring generations closer to the home behind me, sparking greater curiosity for civics education and our democracy. Teachers know that the best way to learn is by involving all of the senses and lingering in the little details that stand out to you. Right across the street, people will be able to interact and experience how our government works. That makes this new space a powerful kind of classroom. Because when people learn more about our democracy, they will be inspired to participate in it. At 1700 Pennsylvania Avenue, in an exact replica of the Oval Office, you can feel the gravity of sitting behind the president's resolute desk. You can join the intense deliberations of a cabinet meeting, and you can get swept away by the 360-degree enactment of a state dinner. Along the way, you'll meet people who have lived and worked here across centuries, from cabinet secretaries advising the president in times of war, to the chefs and the ushers and the florists who work together to arrange the most intricate details of American diplomacy. Students will imagine themselves as public servants through interactive technologies, and teachers will have dedicated spaces to bring their lesson plans to life. Stuart, you put your whole heart and soul into the People's House. And frankly, I don't know when you found time to sleep. Month after month, you guided this project with careful precision and breathtaking speed. And I've been a part of the process when it was just an idea to the final touches. And I can't wait for everyone to see it. So let's get started. In just a moment, a group of students will load onto a bus to experience this incredible immersive space. I know it will encourage them to embrace the wonder of the White House history and inspire them to shape our nation's future. Thank you, and please enjoy the celebration. Okay.